Blink, it's your Blink. Welcome to the video, welcome to the show. If you're doing well, because they're having a wonderful day, we fixed the mirror app. Call me a genius, if you will, on this 15th September. It is evening. I would say, let's go inside because it's lighter, but it's my last video of the day. So let's finish it on the balcony. Yes, I have a balcony. When you think about success in life, I'm in a really good mood because we're finally reacting to Nicolo Avocado. Why did I wait 9 days? I'm a lazy fuck. Okay, I was busy, and I wanted the hype to die down. That way, I could do my reaction in peace without people comparing. Oh, you know what he said? He said the same thing that he said. It's 9 days later, right? The people have already moved on, but not me. Cause if you know the channel, and you should know, please subscribe. Thank you so much for the subscribe. Appreciate it sincerely. I've been following Nicolo for years. I've been talking about him for a couple of videos. Yes, by a couple I do mean 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 14. So we're kind of a fan. We used to be fan. That's pretty much it. That being said, before we start reacting, I waited a bit too long, and now I got spoiled by the 2 steps ahead. It's a bit cringe, but we'll have it. You know what? I'll have it. I'll have it. I'll survive. You know, there's people that are dying of hunger in the world. My biggest struggle right now is listening a dude say 2 steps ahead. So I'm pretty freaking lucky. That was offensive. My apologies, but you know what I mean. Okay, so before we do a reaction, we have the habits of checking out the comments. And check out 3 because that's a magic number. If you know your numerology, 3 is a pretty good number. He's only 1 step away from becoming a fitness YouTuber. Okay. The word what the hef I never felt so appropriate in my life. What the fuck is indeed what the fuck. The video will be officially what? Dude has a check bar but can't write. This video will be officially history of YouTube. Okay. Okay. Without further ado, I present to you Pendahead.
I am always 2 steps ahead. This has been the greatest social experiment.
I'm already complaining, but what is the point of the panda mask? If you were to wear the panda mask forever for the whole video, so you know there's 2 parts of the video. What I would have done is I would have kept the panda mask on, then I would have taken it off at the end of the video, and I would have did the second part. I already see some clips from the video, so I'm not a virgin when it comes to that. I'm not a virgin when it comes to Nicolo Avocado. Okay, cool. And I would have done that, but hey, to each his own.
My entire life. It's alluring. It's compelling. It's gripping to observe all these unwell, disoriented beings roam the internet.
This is what I actually like about Nicolo. Hate him or dislike him. Dude has made a study of theater. He's been studying theater. He was a violinist before that, so he knows show, he knows spectacle, he knows how to give a show. He's been 5 years on YouTube. Hate him or like him, he did give a show. He made million for a reason. Dude worked his ass off. Dude worked hard. Dude went entertaining. Dude made his own trademark, his own brand, and dude came up from nothing. If you look at the old video, he's living in Colombia with Orlan, and he's broke as fuck. So it's a success story that I'm pretty a big fan of. So, yeah.
In search of stories, ideas, rivalries, where they feel
Okay, theatrical as fuck though.
encouraged and engaged, where they involve themselves with the stories and become a
I feel like I have to complain. You see the relationship between me and Nick. You see how weird it is. There's a second where I'm complaining. There's a second where saying good job. Because I used to be a big fan of him, and then after the whole 70s Soul debacle, it became like a meme, and I was like, dude, what am I watching? I kind of fell out of love, but I still watched the old video, and I still like, yeah, this is a good time. The speech is good. The emotion, the tone of voice, everything about the video is good. However, the Pendahead. It's a bit breaking it for me. So I'm gonna ask my gamer out there. You know when you have a mod that lets you wear any clothes, and you put on the silliest costume you can, kind of ruins the cutscene, right? That's what it feels like.
Product of influence. Thirsty for distraction from time unspent, spoiling their minds, yet stimulating them at the same time. It's brilliant.
The guy is smart too. A lot of people are saying that he spent 2 years not posting and not filming. So if you know Nico Cado probably spent most of this 2 years she's doing something. I'm just gonna get some food because if we're gonna be reacting to a mukbanger, we might as well mukbang, you know. Luckily, it's already ready. It's as if I planned this shit. Who knows? Sorry about the constant pausing, right? This is new for me.
And it's dangerous. I feel as if I'm monitoring ants on an ant farm. One follows another, follows another, follows another.
Again, I'm sorry. It feels weird because, like, I know this piece about being a villain, and a part of me feel bad for Nico Cado because he wasn't always a villain. Part of me feel bad because he was made to be this way by the constant hate, and I do feel bad for the guy, and I do care about the guy because I spent so many hours watching him. No matter the content creator that you watch, if you spend hours watching him, you grow a kinship with the person. A kinship, which is a friendship, a relationship, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? But you were dealing with so much hate, and it made you go insane. You went off the edge. You're coming back. This is your second chance at life. People are going to say, hey, he lost a lot of weight. Maybe what he said is interesting. Pay attention to something else than just hate watching, right? So by doing this, you're self-sabotaging yourself, which I don't understand.
It's mesmerizing. It's spellbinding. All these little consumers, all of these lost and bored people. People consuming anything that they're told to consume.
That is true, though. Like, for example, when I stream, I like to listen to videos on YouTube. I like to listen to something in the background, right? And even when I'm at work, and this is a true story, when I'm at work, I listen to music, right? Or I listen to podcasts. And there are some times where I do feel like it doesn't really matter what I'm listening to. It doesn't really matter what I'm watching, as long as I'm entertained, right? As long as those hours goes faster. That's what if that's what he means.
So I am the villain because I've made myself one. And you...
The internet made you, Nick. You were a nice guy, dude. If you're looking at his old video, if you're looking at his time in Colombia, he was a really nice guy. Who gets involved in drama, but that's the mukbang community. He was a nice guy, dude. Sucks seeing him like that, but as a result of social media, right? It's the result of toxicity. It's not necessarily toxicity in itself, but it's the reaction to toxicity, how it let affect you, how much it changes you, you know?
Will continue to consume these stories about me year after year after year, for as long as I tell the internet that I...
It's a bit of a narcissistic speech. It's a bit of a delusion of grandeur. But at the same time, you cannot fault Nick. You cannot be mad at Nick for saying that because he's been waiting for make this video for 2 years, you know? What if he said, okay, I lost 245 pounds. I can go back. And he said, no, I said 250. So filming this video is almost a climax for him.
I am the villain. Stories that permeate and linger and infect the minds of the ants. Influence the ants. Brainwash the ants.
It's sad because... It's actually sad because his response is a human response, is social response is actually quite normal when you've dealt with a situation. You got two choices, flight or fight. And Nick was one of those people that chose to fight. And now he feels like he needs to fight again, but people completely forgot about him, you know? Nico Cado didn't have, in the last couple of months, the last half a year, didn't have the same meaning, didn't have the same relevancy than it did at one point, you know?
You are the ants. Today I woke up from a very long dream. And I also woke up having lost 250 pounds.
It sucks because it feels very rehearsed. And I don't know if my main issue with that is I am overweight. As a person, I am overweight. And if I had it's a question of being able to your reach. So if you say something and 1,000 people listen, you have this reach. Say something and 1,000,000 people react, you have this other reach, right? So by losing all this weight, it would have been such a positive moment. It could have been something that could be so positive for a community, for YouTube in itself. But then you're talking about a person that was made fun of, that suffered so much, that doesn't feel like they owe people something. So they're coming in at it. I feel like my problem with this video is more so I want to be happy for Nick. I want to be proud of Nick. I want to be like, this guy's a fucking amazing person. He's a genius because he trolled the internet. But at the same time, I'm looking at this, I'm being called an ant, and I'm like, bro, you did something amazing. Please enjoy the fact. Please be content. I know your time on YouTube wasn't easy, but you lost 250 pounds. How many people? No. How many people do you know? No. How many people have you heard of that lost 250 pounds? Honestly, Nick did. Well, he said he did. What is the exact amount he lost? I don't know, but he said he did. And in 2 years, which is nonsensical. And that sucks.
It's off of my body. Yet just yesterday, people were calling me fat and sick and boring and irrelevant. People.
It's a response. It's not him, it's a response.
People are the most messed up creatures on the entire planet. And yet I've still managed to stay 2 steps ahead of everyone.
I'm sorry if I'm pausing a lot. Yes, by his logic, I'm sorry, he's also filming the moon, which is beautiful. By his logic, he was 2 steps ahead because nobody saw his return coming. Nobody saw that he was losing weight. Nobody knew that he had this plan, right? But at the same time, if nobody cares about, how can I say this? There's a person who invented, I don't know. There's a person that invented a new swimsuit that is gonna be bringing up this. There's a person that invented this new swimsuit that will make you swim faster, right? There's a person that invented this mask that will make you be able to breathe underwater. I don't swim a lot, and because I don't swim a lot, I'm not paying attention to it. So yes, Nico Cado did fool the internet, but did people give a shit? Did the majority of people give a shit about him for 2 years? Or did they stop giving a shit about a year and a half? Honestly, for me, the thing is, I was watching a lot of Nico Cado. He was on my FYP a lot. The thing is, for me, I wouldn't go to look for Nico Cado. It would come on my FYP. And the amount of video that guy filmed is crazy. But then I stopped seeing him on my FYP. Did I actually go and research Nick? No, and I was a fan, you know? So imagine somebody that doesn't know and is not a fan of... It's weird.
The joke's on you.
possibly Mr. Noodle is, if it's a parrot live a shit ton of years, so it could be Mr. Noodle. If you look at his old content, you see, that's my problem. This whole thing was negative. There wasn't an ounce of positivity. There wasn't an ounce of I'm trying to make the world a better place, right? And again, I do repeat myself, but I thought it was gonna be sneezing. It's a response to the abuse to the hate he received, but at the same time, what was that purpose? What was the purpose of that video? There's none. There's none. There's none. And the thing is, a lot of people will see this, will see the mukbang, and will just give up. Will just change videos. So, guarantee that if he didn't put that speech in the beginning, nobody would have checked that speech. If they saw him, skinny, maybe. But to watch the whole video just to see this speech, no.
Mr. Noodle, you're so cute. Oh, you're so... Yeah. Oh.
My apologies.
You're so cute.
My apologies.
Yeah. You like that. You look like a big green ball. Yeah, you look like a big green avocado. Which is my favorite.
It's nice to see him back at the apartment. It's nice to see him back at Mr. Noodle. It's nice to see him go back to the person he was in the beginning, because that person was entertaining. There's video of him an hour long that I watched over and over again. He did this video on Veronica Wang, which is 3 hours. He did a video on Daniel Kahn, which is 2 hours. And I've watched it multiple times, and it was enjoyable the whole time. That was beginning Nick.
Ever. Yeah. Who's your good bird? Oh, Mr. Noodle. I knew you like that. You miss me so much. You miss me so much. I know. Those 8 years separate. Or longer. I know. How many years was it? How many years? Tell me. How many years were we separate for? Too many, yeah. I know, my baby. I had no choice.
It's a human being. It is a human being. You see him, and you cannot help but be seeing a human. You can see somebody on YouTube, and you see the content. You don't like the content, but it's still a human, you know, with their own interests, their own universe, their own problem, their own family, their own entourage, their own place in society. We're all in this together. We're all a society together. You may not like a person, but it doesn't change anything. I put it in 2025 because it's going to be too long.
Wait. I had no choice. But Daddy's back. We're back home. Shibby-doo. We're home. Hello. We're back home. Shibby-doo. And I'm back here with all of you. And it was a long 8 years, wasn't it?
That's sweet. I like this.
It was a long 8 years. And I didn't think that it would have gone this long, but it did. And it was like a bad dream that... Yeah, it was like a really bad dream that we were waiting for it to be over. And it's over. It was just a dream. It was just a dream, Mr. Noodle, wasn't it? Yeah. It feels like a bad dream. But we woke up. We woke up. Yeah. We're so excited. We woke up. Yay! We woke...
This is the most wholesome. That's nice. He's back to him. Yo, that's good. That's good to see. That's endearing, because I know that guy.
Up from the bad dream. And, I'm back. And Mr. Noodle is back. And here we are. We're back home. Shiggy-doo. Say good morning, Mr. Noodle. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to my studio.
Box on the table, dude. What's up?
For the second time. They don't know that we did this yesterday. I'm actually going to tell them we did this yesterday. We are redoing the video because my file got corrupted. I don't know how. And it had like an error mark on it when I was editing it. I'm like, oh my God. But this is the universe telling me I have to eat more. Right? Right, Mr. Noodle? You are so cute. How's it going, Mr. Noodle? Did you miss me? Did you miss all the peasants? Hey, it's been like 8 years. Are you going to say hi? I might put little pieces here and there when I'm editing this for you guys to kind of see what we did yesterday, which was black bean noodles. But we're going to do it again for a second time. These are my favorite spicy noodles of all time. If I had to choose one, it would be black bean noodles. Would it, Mr. Noodle? I love them. They're so good. And these come from a Chinese.
This is the essence of mukbang. It's more about the time that you have. It's more about the ambiance. It's more about eating with somebody. It's more about being part of a table. Think back at your family meals. Your family meals you were talking. Those were fun, you know? That's a mukbang.
Korean place, and they make them hand pulled and they stretch them out by hand. You can see them in the restaurant going like this. They're super chewy. They're very chewy and very, very long. I actually think they cut them to make it easier for you to slurp them. The spicy black bean noodles. They are. Oh, baby, I love you. I really missed you. I missed you a lot, Mr. Noodle. It was a long dream. As I said, that dream has come to an end. It was just a dream, thank God. It's all over. We were just dreaming. I just took off the fat suit, but yeah, I just took it off, and here I am. And I noticed yesterday when I ate it, it had a lot of onion, a lot of like vegetables and pork and potato. It was so good. And we're gonna do it again. And I'm really excited. And yeah, it's kind of crazy doing this again, but that's life.
Oh my god, I fucked up. So if I knew that was gonna be a mukbang, I would have not react to it. But hey, see, I don't know, mukbang to me, maybe I watched too many of them, but I kind of lost interest. I'm not saying that it's a, I'm not saying it's a bad genre of videos. I'm not saying I do mukbang too. I'm just saying maybe I've watched Nikocado for too long. Maybe I'm seeing him, and if I'm being honest, and that's not against Nick, this is my personal opinion, I feel a bit uncomfortable because there's clearly abuse, and you never really heal from that abuse. You never really heal from that hate. So you're like, is he okay? Is he not okay? There's a moment where he seems okay, then there's a moment where he doesn't seem okay. The 2 steps ahead, that's the beginning of the video. I did a video about, I want to say like a year and a half ago, where he talked about this, the original version, right? And he did the same thing. He did a very concerning speech, did a really bad speech in the beginning, and then he did a normal video. It feels weird, right? It does feel weird, and again, it's the difference between the beginning, which is very intense, and now that it's just chill, and your pulse is going higher. You're in a situation where you're in response. Okay, well, what's going on in this drama? I'm interested, and then you see a very chill mukbang, and like, what just happened? You know?
We just placed the order, so we'll pick it up, and then we're gonna have some black bean noodles, aren't we, Mr. Noodle? Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Noodle. I think Mr. Noodle really likes being in here. What's that, Noodle? What's that? Oh, so you get a taste test before I do. This is like kind of not fair. Oh, Mr. Noodle. Oh.
Yeah, it feels weird watching this. Like, I'm not into it. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. I'm sorry. I know I'm supposed to react to the video, and I want to react to the video, but if I make myself watch a video that I'm not interested in, I'll make myself suffer, and the quality of the content will be lower, making you guys suffer. So I'm gonna skip a bit.
It's spicy. It's like a mountain, but I just can't stop eating this.
It's not against them. And I feel bad about skipping the video. I would watch the whole thing. I feel like being disrespectful. I can do this in private, skip a video, but in public it does feel disrespectful, which is again a double standard, which is weird. But Nikocado, it's the feeling also. It's just so weird. I had this guy, Nikocado, literally we had this guy literally goes up and down and up and down, and then you're watching him and you're so uncertain, and then you see this, and the video in itself, not that it's bad, the video, the problem is it's like this, it's in the middle. So this is really happy Nikocado, this is really sad Nikocado in the middle, and you're like, perfect balance doesn't exist, a perfect middle doesn't exist. So it's supposed to go in one way. You kind of want him to go in a happy way, but yeah, it's just, I don't know. You cannot do drama for so long. Imagine, right? Imagine you, okay, put it like this. Imagine your favorite content creator. Imagine a Markiplier, right? Everybody loves Markiplier, right? And Markiplier decides to do a video on no, you know what? I got a better example. Let's take Henry Cavill, Mr. Superman. Amazing art, amazing actor, quite successful. And then you hear and you learn he's a nerd. And there's people that are nerd and like, holy shit, he's one of us. And for most people, like, eh. And I feel like that with Avocado. I feel like if I'm being that sucks to say. If I'm being completely honest, I was watching him more in the mukbang. I listened to another mukbanger and it's Stephanie So. But Stephanie So was more for the story than the mukbang eating. So seeing this no Cacado is just weird. And I'm uncomfortable a little bit. I'm really uncomfortable, to be honest.
No, I'm so sorry. I actually said I don't want to be so ridiculous in this video. It's gonna be a little. Wow. I'm patting my lips because they're kind of like all spicy. And if I rub them around too much, it might hurt. We did it. Look how red my lips got. Wow. Thanks for watching my black bean noodle mukbang. And I hope you enjoyed your food if you ate with me, which you should have, because that's what mukbang is supposed to be. That's what it was originally for, and that's what I'm trying to bring back to the internet. And I love being a mukbanger. I love food. I like eating food. And I like being here. So let me know what you think. I guess that's it.
I really feel bad now. I skipped the whole video. It's just, and I'm gonna sound like a fucking asshole, but it's just that he has so much substance, he had so much story, he had so much verbiage, he had so much, even the drama thing, it was insane, it was good. This fight with Orlin was entertaining, and I don't want him to fight also, but at the same time. And Nico Cado started out as, I feel bad saying this, as a cheeseburger. Good, very good. Then you get to know him more and you get to see the really good content, and it's becoming a double cheeseburger, right, which is great too. And then you're seeing the drama and you see his peak with the fighting with Orlin. You're like, oh, that's a freaking Big Mac. And then you see the peak where he's absolutely being serious, he's entertaining, you get to watch him and it's really fun, and that's a trio. And then you're back to the cheeseburger, which is now. And like, the cheeseburger was really good and I did like it, but you can't give me something, take it out and say, you know what, change my mind, you're only getting one scoop of ice cream. So a good video, the speech in the beginning with no importance, lacking a big substance, and it's kind of my fault too. If I'm being completely honest, it's kind of my fault too, because I'm not used to making reactions. When I'm doing reaction, it's gonna be about songs, it's gonna be about a video. It's mostly about songs, right? Where there's a lot going on. And even then, when I listen to music, when I listen to videos, I always, not the music, sorry, the video. Personally, I always put them at 2 times the speed, so always hyper-stimulated. So when I do see that, I'm like, ugh. And I feel bad because Nico Cado's trying to do something good here. The first of the video is a fucking asshole, but now trying to be good, trying to make some wholesome content with his bird, which is the Nico Cado that was the birth of Nico Cado. I'm also afraid. I'm also very afraid. I'm afraid because I'm seeing those videos and I have this question in the back of my mind. The question is, for how long? How long before people start attacking him again? How long before people start being an asshole with him again? I mentioned this in I mentioned in the video before. It was a very toxic place. It was a very toxic place with Nikocado, and I saw that, and it was like a car crash, right? And you're on the road again. You know it's gonna be another car crash. The first time it happened, you couldn't stop watching. You never want a car crash to happen. Never want people to crash to each other. Feel like that. Feel like an accident waiting to happen, and it's uncomfortable. Anywho, hope that you guys liked the video. Sorry about the weird video. This is the reality when you don't edit your content. This is the reality when you don't watch the video before. This is the reality when you're reacting to mystery videos. And this is the reality where you're too involved in the subject, like Nikocado. If I was a person that only saw a couple of videos of him, I wouldn't care about him. And if I didn't care about him, my reaction would be different. Sorry about that.